Hi, I'm Travis Montague. I'm the founder and CEO of Holler, and this is Conversation Nation. I'm joined here with Justin Kamine, who is the co-founder of both KDC Ag and Upgrade. Justin, thank you for joining us to learn more about your business. So to start things off, why don't you explain a little bit more about Upgrade?
Sure. Well, pleasure to be here. Upgrade is all centered around human health and how do we really improve society. Upgrade's whole thesis and whole focus is to literally upgrade society and upgrade our pharmaceutical products to something better and something that's fully organic, clinically studied, and to change an industry and recognize that we should be doing better and we know that we can be doing better.
I mean, you've always been a founder who started impact-driven, mission-driven businesses. Your family has a history in energy, you moved on into agriculture, and now you're in like challenging the way people are thinking about medicines and things like that with your nutritional supplement. Big categories. So tell me why you, like it was, at one day it was nothing, you shared an idea with me, and then like just a couple weeks later, it was like this whole company.
Yeah.
So what drove you to jump headfirst into this problem?
Recognizing that society needs to change, and it needs to change now if we have any kind of fighting chance for survival. But most importantly, it became a passion project about myself and my family. Yeah. Seeing and recognizing that what I was taking, what I was watching my parents take, was just terrible for you. So I said, screw it, let's go figure out how to make something better, take the same science, but really use it to provide something that's actually beneficial for people. Going against industries has always been my focus. I always use the question, why? Yeah. Why do we accept the status quo? Why do we accept X, Y, and Z? Why do we accept warning labels on all of our pharmaceutical products? If you walked into your bar or your coffee shop.
Yeah, you wouldn't want that in your...
No, if you walked in and said, oh, your eyes might bleed or whatever might happen, you're not walking into that bar, yet we accept that with our pharmaceuticals. Yeah. So let's change and use those warning labels and actually create positive labels.
Upgrade is an exciting new product. I use Upgrade, so like, feeling great. So,
nice plug.
Yeah. The other company you co-founded, KDC Ag. Talk to me about what KDC Ag is.
Sure. So 40% of all the food that gets grown gets thrown away. And if food waste was a country, it'd be the third largest greenhouse gas emitter. So a pretty big problem. So we created a technology that captures the same food that you and I were eating this morning from all the major supermarkets. Within 3 hours, we process that all down to the digestible level and actually create an animal feed the very next day. So create a completely closed loop agricultural system that's actually carbon neutral.
So how much food are you capturing today and like turning it into a product that could be used for animal feed and other things too?
Yeah, so every day we digest up to 160 tons of food.
Wow. Okay.
And that's
a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. And that's just at one facility. Our goal is to build 50.
Wow.
Yeah, and at 50 we solve food waste across the country. But to put it into perspective, if we dried all that to animal feed, we only create 1 million tons of animal feed. The world uses hundreds of millions of tons. So we can, and that's the whole focus about sustainability. We can solve all of the problems now with existing technologies, so long as we gallivant the youth, gallivant the movement, and actually put real political pressure, but also really provide real economical solutions that are economical for every single party involved. We really have that capability.
So you're saying massive numbers. I can't even picture what 1 million tons looks like.
A lot.
Yeah. So
it's like 1 million emojis.
Probably a trillion. So the problem that you're solving requires big change from governments, big change in mindset. That's a supply chain, right? Mm-hmm. Could you talk more about your experience?
When we first got into the solar business, it was largely predicated upon government incentives. Mm-hmm. And government incentives are amazing because they help spark an industry and help get a technology to a point where that can actually compete with the incumbents. Yeah. From the food waste perspective, we actually rely upon zero government incentives. Wow. Kind of came with this thesis that said, great, government's interesting. We can't rely upon that from a business perspective anymore. And we just need to be able to go to the largest supermarkets, the Walmarts, Albertsons, Krogers of the world and say, I'll save you millions of dollars, and turn around to the Tysons, Nestle's of the world and say, I'll save you $1 million. Let's go. It's
interesting. I mean, you are making being impact-driven and sustainable a profitable business?
Yeah.
Which there's a lot of questions around, like, could you do both? And like, I guess the question I have is, other companies who want to tackle big problems like you have in the past, what are the things that, the lessons or learnings that you think they should remember?
Anyone that's in a big corporation has that comfort and has that understanding that they can't screw up, right? They get fired if they screw up.
Yep.
Making a decision that's entrepreneur and where we should all be going is very, very difficult because their neck is on the line. So you talk about environmental, the only way that we think that we can help solve the world's problems is to make it an economic decision, because therefore then you can actually have the greatest impact in the world. Nonprofits are great, I love all of that, but it's like, it's inherently not sustainable. We need to be able to go to the 15 largest corporations and say, we can change and we can change now, and I'll save you millions of dollars. And it'll drop right to your bottom line. They'll love that.
Yeah, I think one of the most kind of salient thing about the things that you've talked about is how changing big industries is very difficult, especially when there's a lot of there's business incentive for them not to change, right? Like it's just like, how do you change the mindset or overcome the person who doesn't want to lose their job by promoting change or become a maverick?
Yeah.
In our world at Holler, the big thing that we're tackling is around privacy, right? So in our particular environment, there are big companies that have amassed a lot of profit off of taking consumer data and using it in ways that they didn't intend to. And at Holler, we view ourselves as the next gen tech company. We view ourselves as a tech company that doesn't have to exploit your data, right? We could develop products that provide end benefit to the users in a way that and in a way that's highly profitable and doesn't require users to feel like they've been broached or unsafe. And so the things that you talk about around, like, just it takes time, being steadfast, and all these other things are definitely lessons that I will take when I'm thinking about how do we continue to evolve Holler and build a business that is enjoyed by hundreds of millions, billions of people around the world, but at the same time keeps the humanity in the experience.
You can still prioritize people and still make a profit. And I think that's the balance here. What typically was exploited, which is what you're talking about, which is, okay, profit, and then, okay, people are over here. It's like, no, let's put people first, because we all want that. And we all have to make a profit. The only way to have the greatest impact in the world is to have the greatest profitability. And therefore, then you can have the greatest impact.
So I'm gonna switch gears completely. Fun question. What was the last emoji that you used?
The mind blowing up.
And what's the story behind that?
It was actually one of the testimonies from one of the former NFL people taking Upgrade, which is really focused on daily aches and inflammation. And it typically works after a week or so of taking it daily. And he texted us in 2 days saying, I've never felt better.
Wow. All right, man. Well, thanks for coming and speaking with me for a bit. And I look forward to following all of your businesses.
Awesome. Thank you.